What is going on, guys? Typical Gaming with my review of Bloodlet Episode 9. And the episode starts off with a little flashback of Braz, and we see that he's watching a vampire die at the hands of their new king, who was a wolf. Now, later on, we actually find out that this vampire that was killed was actually Braz, Staz, and Liz's father, and they were killed by the new king, who is wolf, who is a wolf, and he killed their father by ripping out his heart. And to me, that right there was pretty hardcore, actually. But after that flashback, we actually meet this new character because Barrows, she had insulted Braz about his glasses, and then this one guy, I believe his name was Goyle. He told her that she should have more respect for people with glasses, and him and Brad kind of like bonded because of that, because they both wear glasses. And then we see Fumie and Hajiba's brother. They actually get there, and they see a demon that looks exactly like Fumie's brother, except I'm sorry, he's like Fumie's father, except we all know that he's the actual demon. So that right there is kind of interesting. I like at first I did wonder if that maybe that was Hajibel, father, because it makes sense, but I don't think it is. I think their father is a dragon, actually, because once they get inside, we see the pain of a dragon, and then like later on we see a dragon flying around. So I'm pretty sure that right there is their father. At least that's what I think. But the thing is, like, how can a dragon be their father? Like, maybe he had like this human form he can take, but maybe he just like being in dragon form. Like, at least that's what I think, but I'm not really sure. But then Brad is finally taken to Wolf, and we see that he has all these beautiful women around him, but of course he wanted to talk to Brad in private, so he told everybody to get out. And then we get Stabs and Hydrobell. They're finally back, and then we see Fumie and her brother. I really want to like learn this guy's name, because for some reason I could like never remember it. Uh, so so they're getting ready because apparently their mother is Dynami Fumie, and we have no idea why. But then we learn that, well, they think that Hajiba's mother has no idea about Stas, so they're gonna lie that Stas and Hajibel are dating, because they thought with that they could get close and steal Fumie. But because of that plan, Stas told Fumie that they have pretended that they don't know each other and they can't be friends, and that right there kind of hurt Fumie. But when you turn Stas down, that right there actually hurt him a lot more than like people would expect it to. And then when we finally see Hajibel's mother, she looks pretty different. And then we actually learn, like later on in the episode, that Hydrobel and her mother, I believe her name was Nayan. I'm probably saying that wrong, but those two took trips to the human world, and then one day they came across Fumie and her mother, and I believe that Fumie's mother was her human world counterpart or doppelganger, and those two could not meet, but because they did, they were forced to become one being. And I believe that it was more like the demon side, or demon mother, what was like more in control, because rather than stay in the human world with Fumie, she actually went back to the demon world with Hydrobel. So maybe like the demon was just too much to resist, and it kind of had to pick a daughter, and she picked Hydrobel. So at least now we're like clear about that. But then we go back to Braz and Wolf, and they're talking. They're playing like golf or something, and we learned that Akim, he was a subordinate of Wolf. I believe his name was Phantomy, something like that. I'm not quite sure what his name was, but Braz either killed him, or he somehow like made a lead to his death. And when he died, he worked with Franken to make him into a Kim. And the reason for this, now I thought that maybe we couldn't trust Braz when it came to Stas, but this guy has a whole nother agenda. He actually wants to take on Wolf and get revenge for killing his father. So now he is working on, now he has Franken working on a body for a Kim that would be much stronger and could possibly take on Wolf and kill him. Now I'm not sure how that's going to go, but it seems that even though Braz wants a week to finish it, Wolf will only give him 3 days, and then afterwards he's going to kill a Kim and Braz. So now Braz has to wonder how they're going to finish this in 3 days because he has no idea how he can get out of here. But he actually comes up with a plan. He actually uses his blood to kind of make his body, go crazy. Because we all know with that collar around his neck, her hellhounds will devour him. So of course he actually pretending that he's really hurt, but he uses that to knock out Barrows. So Guile, who thinks that Barrows is dead, he actually gets upset, and he pukes out this little demon imp thing, and of course that thing gets stronger with his anger, which to me they were definitely pretty cool. I like that part. And I also forgot to mention that now that Fumie and Hydrabel are technically sisters, do you think that right there will better their relationship, or do you think they'll fight more now because of Stas? I am wondering in what kind of direction will that go? Because we all know that Hydrabel loves Stas and Stas loves Fumie, but will Fumie return those feelings, or maybe show somebody else entirely? And that right there will be a nice little drama in the series, this love triangle. But the thing is, though, I don't want it to go on forever. I do want some kind of shipping to happen, because to me that right there will be pretty cool. And then we get this awesome little fight between Guile and Braz, and to me that right there was pretty epic. Braz's magic, it's to me that right there was amazing. I didn't like that a lot, because the fact that he can control his blood no matter where it is pretty epic. So I definitely liked it. That I believe it's called Bloodstalker, something like that. And at the end, it was just hilarious because Stas was trying to figure out why did he like Fumie so much, and want to be with her, and with her mother, it was kind of the same thing, but at a time it was different. And so he thought that Fumie was she a virgin, and Hydrabel just teleported him, somewhere random. And then that right there kind of where the episode ends. We see characters talking, and Stas all alone. And when I watched the preview and it said that next week, or this week I should say, was going to be the final episode, I was rather surprised. I had no idea that this right here was only going to be a 10-episode anime. But then I looked at the manga, and it only had 30 chapters. So to me, it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, I do like the series a lot. And it's kind of depressing that they animated it so freaking early, because we're only getting 10 episodes. But at the same time, it's better than them prolonging it with fillers that could be possibly crappy. But overall, guys, that right there was my review. And it was a pretty good episode. I definitely enjoyed it a lot. But as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, you guys take it easy. And we'll see you all next time.